الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وحبيبه أدى الأمانة وبلغ الرسالة وتركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. أما بعد. My dear brothers and sisters, first I want to apologize for being late. There was some traffic that I didn't anticipate to encounter, so please forgive me. Yeah, we'll finish inshallah certain time. This week, there was in the news the photos of what has happened in Pakistan. When I saw, I couldn't open even the article. I just saw the photo of the wailing mothers. And there is something that you can't fake, which is sorrow, that you can clearly see on their faces for losing their sons and daughters. When you see such a thing, and you have children, even if you don't, you have to be moved. It has to touch you, or else you lost your humanity. You are not a human being anymore. If you can't see the sorrow of others. Regardless, if this should be the way we look at things, regardless of who were the mothers, whether they were Muslims or non-Muslims. Being Muslims make you touch more, make you feel, make you hurt more, because that's the relationship that we have. The Prophet ﷺ has told us that إنما مثل المؤمنون كمثل الجسد الواحد. That the example, and the Prophet ﷺ used always to give examples for things happening, because these examples are what makes you really feel and understand the concept. So since we have a lot of doctors here, I believe, according to my very limited medical knowledge, that when someone has any infection, someone has any disease, has something going wrong, he has fever, his body reacts to whatever he's having. And that's the exact example the Prophet ﷺ is giving to us. That when part of the body of the ummah has something wrong, you have to feel it. And if you don't, then you need to question why. What's wrong with you? Because these are not the characteristics of a healthy body, that it doesn't react. If it doesn't react, then the body is dead, something is wrong, seriously wrong. So, in how I thought in the past few days about this is that, at least the few lines that I've read, and excuse my ignorance in the entire matter, that the action was in retaliation to some other thing that some military thing did, or some police thing did, or some people of power having guns have done or inflicted on a group of people. So they have decided that they will resort to violence to sort of take back at what has happened. There is no way for any sane person to justify what has happened or to argue for it. What I'm simply trying to do here is I'm trying to look into the mentality of the person that has done this. Why did he do it? And what can we learn from that? We have to be well-grounded people, meaning not just because the CNN has went there and shown the bullets and the blood and all the carnage. You have still to think about, why did they do this? Violence begets violence. Violence almost never resolves things. And when you think about this, there is an aim in fact for people who carry arms against someone who's ruling. Whether the rule is valid or invalid, that's another entire discussion. But there is a term, it's called al-Bugha, transgressors, people who transgress. And interestingly enough, the first time that this happened, and how did we know the rules of dealing with Bugha, happened at the time of the Sahaba. Sayyidina Ali, after some of his things that happened, people were like, shocked, you are fighting these people and then you are not taking their money, not taking their women. This is not how they did war before. That was an unordinary war to them. So they asked him, what are these people why are you doing this? What are they? He said, إِخْوَانُنَا بَغَوْا عَلَيْنَا. Our brothers, they have transgressed upon us. And the fact that he said إِخْوَانَنَا means they are part of us still. Even though in some instances later, he knew that they thought that he was kafir. He didn't, that was not out of his mind. He knew what they think of him, or what their point, or what their view against him. But even though they called him kafir, he did not return it back. He didn't consider them kuffar. Therefore, when he fought them in other things, he said, when they told him, why aren't you taking the money, taking the woman, doing what we do normally when we are in war? He told them, because in that battle, Sayyidah Aisha was there, he told them, أَتَسْبُونَ أُمَّكُمْ عَائِشَةً? Do you take as a Sabiya your mother Aisha? So Sayyidina Ali had that capability of answering things very shortly, but then you cannot say anything back to his answer. So he told us that when you are in a battle with some other Muslims, when they are Bugha, the idea is not that you want to fight them, to totally get rid of every and each one of them. That's not what that fighting is for. And if we look back, before they started fighting him, I'm talking now about the Khawarij and Sayyidina Ali. He told them that even though that you are saying what you're saying, but I give you that's your opinion, it's yours. He tried to argue with them, sent for them Abdullah ibn Abbas, did all what possibly he could do to change their minds. And he was capable of doing this to some of them, but some didn't. Yet he told them that, I will never prevent you from coming to the masjid and praying with us. I'm not going to start you with any fight that I will instigate, that's Sayyidina Ali speaking, before you do something that requires me to to do that. إلا أن تقتلوا نفسا معصومة. But if you kill someone that you are not supposed to kill, or you sort of have road wars and start doing things that require me to, as a government, that I have to take action against these things. Not only this, he told them also, if you fight with us, when we are fighting the room of the time, and we have غنائم and ما دامت سيوفكم مع سيوفنا. As long as you are fighting with us, when we are fighting an enemy, whatever we get from them, you have your fair share of it. Yet later, they did what he told them, if you do, I'll fight you. So once they did that, he had to do something about it, and he did. Yet, he told us also the rules. How would you deal with this? You don't kill their wounded. You don't take their women. You don't take their money. You are not vicious in a way. You are just doing the minimum thing that would sort of get them disbanded. You are not there just to annihilate them. That's not the mentality. By the way, even though that's a very delicate thing that we have to know, that when Sayyidina Ali spoke to them, as I said, they were telling him that you are kafir, حكمت الرجال في كتاب الله, that you made men judge in the book of Allah. And it was a ridiculous and absurd argument, but we are not into that. But the point is, Sayyidina Ali did not preemptively say, you are saying this, you think I'm a kafir, you will think that my blood is valid and you can kill me without a problem, so I'm gonna fight you and annihilate you. I'm gonna kill you all because I know that you are gonna kill me ahead of time. In Arabic, and the Arab-speaking people will understand this, he didn't say, أعطوني تفويضا لأقاوم الإرهاب المحتمل. He didn't say, give me a carte blanche to fight their aggression that is very possible. And it was. He did. Because we are people who have rules. We have rules in fighting, not just among ourselves, if we fight, God forbid, but we have rules. The Prophet ﷺ have never sent an army that he was not with them, except he would tell them, do not kill a child, do not cut a tree, you will find people on your way who are worshiping in their own synagogues and places of worship. Don't harm them, don't get near them. He saw once in a battle a woman killed. He stood there and said, who did this? ما كانت هذه لتقاتل. She was not fighting. Why is she dead? When Usama ibn Zayd ibn Haritha, Zayd ibn Haritha was the adopted son of the Prophet at some point. And his son, the Prophet ﷺ, loved him very much, to the extent that he used to sit with him on his lap, and then on the other side of his lap is Al-Hasan or Al-Hussein. So he was to him like a grandchild. They used to call him Al-Hib ibn al-Hib, the one that the Prophet ﷺ loved, who is the son of the one the Prophet ﷺ loved. The Prophet loved Zayd ibn Haritha and his son very much. Yet, in one battle, Zayd ibn Haritha was fighting someone who's kafir. And then, after the guy was subdued without anything, he said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. So they saw that this guy is going to be killed. He's just saying this just to get him to be killed, so he killed him. Then came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you have to take into account in that story the rest of the context. Who is Usama ibn Zayd to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He told him, ماذا تفعل بلا إله إلا الله يوم القيامة? What are you going to do with لا إله إلا الله that guy has said on the day of judgment? And Usama bin Zayd would say, and I kept saying, ما قالها إلا تعوذا. He only said it because I was about to kill him. And the Prophet would repeat it. ماذا تفعل بلا إله إلا الله يوم القيامة? So when the times came after Sayyidina Uthman was unrighteously slain, Usama was among the ones who refused to partake in that entire thing. And he used to say, until you give me a sword that would not kill a Muslim, I'm not going to raise a sword in the face of a Muslim. So, again, the message of this is very simple. Violence begets violence. Violence never solves it. I'll tell you something that one of our community has told me. He used to work in a hospital. In Egypt, in the early 90s, there was like a big thing about violence and people killing other things and stuff. So one of the interior ministers decided that when we go to get these people, we'll not just kill them. We'll kill them, their families, their children. So we'll wipe out the families so that they would sort of then it became a retaliation thing, and then you'd see a spree of killing anybody who had police uniform on them. And they used to go and target the bigger ones, the bigger hits, as large the hit is. Violence, you got violence. How did that resolve? Not nicely. Violence never solves the issue. And we have the historical evidence of this. We can say, keep talking with this at length. The other thing that we need to learn from this is that we need to be, because with these things being attached to Muslims, normally people react to, when you're talking to someone who's a non-Muslim, especially if he's attacking, if he's criticizing something, we have that sort of inferiority complex sometimes that, oh, I'm a good Muslim, Allah, we never believe in these things. We are not all that, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure if you know the name Timothy McVeigh. You know who he is? Timothy McVeigh is the guy who did that bombing at the Oklahoma City thing. Anybody who's white in this country would never feel that he needs to defend himself against what Timothy McVeigh did. Why should we? Why should we have to defend all the time somebody doing something somewhere and owning it and defending it and feeling, well, we are not that, brother. We are good people. The counter argument is this: just as long as you don't belong to Timothy McVeigh and you don't need to defend yourself against what he did, why should I? Why should we? That if someone commits a sin, it's not, I don't carry that. That's the concept in Christianity, that because of Adam's original sin, God had to send his son and then kill him for why, and a whole entire thing. We don't believe in that. And we should snap out of it. We are not responsible for things that we didn't do. And anybody who's reasonable, he will not argue with us. If he is already an Islamophobe, when he has his own convictions, you're not going to change him by your apologetic way of talking. That's not going to cut it. And you are not, that's you are not going to change him. All what you could do is just a simple argument and then cut it, and then there is no need for us to cower. They know already that if he's talking to you, you know you are not that other person that he is referring to. One last thing, and then we'll end. Looking at that violence, we have also to look at what has been happening in the U.S. The Ferguson thing, and then the guy in Cleveland, and then the guy who was choked, the guy who I can't breathe. One thing that you will see that's different about this country, it's not the government. The government, everybody will have different arguments, and everybody will see that they are doing things for the wrong reasons or the right reasons, but that's not the entire point. You know what makes this country what it is? In my book, and you can argue, you can not accept it or reject it, that's fine to me, is the people. The people who took to the streets, who wore the shirts that read, "I cannot breathe." And they were not, by the way, they were not black people. Not even most of them were black people. If you look at the demonstrations that happened in UC Berkeley, most of the people in the photos were white. You know what makes this country a little different? They still have their humanity. Reactions to people getting killed in cold blood, or in ways that they should not be, they are a test of our humanity. If you still have your humanity, you should feel something. The least is you denounce it. Should do more if you could. But if you fail to do that, then you lost your humanity. I'm sorry I feel really sorry for you. For a person with such characteristics. That you lose your soul, you lose your humanity in you. You are not a human being anymore. We are told in how we slaughter animals, not to slaughter them in front of each other, because the animal that sees the killing will feel something. Animals feel. And we are told to deal with them, to appreciate that feeling. So, what all these things are just a test of how our humanity, what's inside us. It's not a test. Religion would go away before your humanity goes. Humanity is the last thing that would go out of you. The religion before it goes. So I'm not talking now about the religion aspect of it. It's the humanity aspect of it. That you still have a heart, you still have feelings. If you lose that, then you need to work on yourself. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us all. Ask Allah to forgive us. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. I don't want to make this any longer, but I want just to make that's a totally off-topic thing, off-topic from the first half of the khutbah, that we have elections in this community starting, I believe, tonight. And the Prophet ﷺ has told us everything. You will, if you look for anything that you're doing, you will find something to guide you in what the Prophet ﷺ did or the Khulafa after. So the Prophet ﷺ said, من ولى على عصابة من الناس رجل وهم فيهم من هو أرضى لله منه فقد خان الله ورسوله. That when someone is appointing someone to lead a group of people and he chooses someone while there is another person that was not the chosen guy who would be a better choice in the eyes of Allah, who would do a better job than that other guy, then that the person who did that choice has betrayed Allah and His Prophet. I'm not saying vote for anyone or against anyone. That's not my point. My point is that choice that you will make, and every choice you will make in any election or any choice of someone to be in a place where he will have a say in something, you will be asked about that. Why did you make that choice? So, if someone is your friend, or someone speaks your language, or someone, for whatever reason, just you like a person as a person, but you know that he should not be doing this, then prepare for that statement that the Prophet said, فَقَدْ خَانَ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ, that you have betrayed Allah and His Prophet. The other thing is, we shouldn't have apathy in not voting. No, vote. Because whether you vote or not, someone's gonna come, so why not? And you will carry it, by the way, even not doing it, that's not gonna change anything. So I'm asking everybody to participate and choose the people that you think that they would do to this community what's good, that they would be أرضى لله ورسوله, they would be a better choice for the sake of Allah and His Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I will end with this. إني داع كأمين. اللهم صل على نبيك محمد في الأولين، وصل عليه في الآخرين، وصل عليه في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك والجنة، ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. اللهم ارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين. اللهم ارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين. اللهم صبر أهلهم. اللهم اخلفهم في أهلهم. اللهم اخلفهم في أهلهم. اللهم اخلفهم في أهلهم. اللهم انزل عليهم السكينة يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نسألك من كل خير سألك منه عبدك ونبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وسائر عبادك الصالحون، ونعوذ بك من كل شر استعاذك منه عبدك ونبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وسائر عبادك الصالحون. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وأقم الصلاة. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون.